Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, or maybe I should say today, greetings, cowboys and perhaps cowgirls. That's right, I've left Carolina and returned to some of the classic warm weather right now in southern Arizona. I'm Stan Houston. The program is Interesting Ideas, and we're going to have a little cowboy programming coming your way this week on Interesting Ideas as I made my way back to one of my favorite places in the world. And so I would like to tell you exactly why I would like them to bury me at White Stallion Ranch, because you know what? I just might be a little bit closer to heaven. Let's see what that is all about, and the program begins right now. And I do thank you for being with me. Yes, I made the long flight from Raleigh, Durham in North Carolina to an airport which I've seen a lot of, the monstrous Phoenix Airport, and made my way and then down to Tucson, Arizona, where my wife Karen and I have spent a good part of life the last 15 years until our move to North Carolina, primarily to be near a family member who that's what people do. They move to help take care of family. And we found North Carolina to be a delightful place. It's a wonderful place, and we're very, very happy there. And we enjoy it there. But we still have many of our family roots in Arizona, many friends that we made in our 15 years there. And so we do try to get back at least once a year to keep that going. Plus the fact that I really began some of my first podcasts actually in Arizona, and in the Cowboy Up podcast, one of the better known podcasts, is one of the top podcasts in the United States, and it features two good friends of mine, Russell True, who has a number of dude ranches that are a part of his little, I call it his ranch empire, and then Alan Day, who you may have heard of. He is the young brother of Sandra Day O'Connor, who just recently passed away, the historic Supreme Court Justice. They're very good friends of mine, and we have a number of things that, hey, we're going to have a program on Route 66, and we're going to have another program on Tales of Old Tombstone. Yep, all of that's coming up. And so I'm back in Arizona. Now, let me tell you a little bit of the story. The White Stallion Ranch is one of the, actually it's a historic place because it goes back a number of years. And some of the more important that you've actually heard about, Western films and movies have been made at this historic ranch. Also, many of the... They don't always want to talk about this, but North Carolina was known for their tobacco, and tobacco was a major crop for many, many years in North Carolina. Well, the famous Marlboro brand, the Marlboro Man commercials were all done right here at the White Stallion Ranch. And a number of cowboy programs, the High Chaparral. Always, it is a favorite spot for TV producers and program producers to come and visit Russell True and his family, as they are the leaders of this wonderful place. So that's why I'm here and what we are all about. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about the idea of why the Dude Ranch experience might be something right now. You know, it's kind of cold around the weather right now, but I walked over here. I had a little vest on, but it's at least shirt sleeve weather. Southern Arizona usually is a refuge from all the cold. The hundreds and thousands of people have made the reputation known as, that's right, they're called, you've heard the name, snowbirds. They fly south for the winter, and then maybe when warmer climes come around, they will make their way back to their home base. But this is the season, obviously, of the snowbirds and of getting away from some of the winter weather. And it's a beautiful day here in Tucson, Arizona today. The other thing is that you might want to also think about, this is where there is a whole lot of Major League Baseball spring training. Now, those of you who are baseball fans know that primarily spring training takes place, well, where else? In Florida, summertime there, and in Arizona. Now, actually, what has happened is that some of the teams are being recruited by the Arizona people. Hey, leave Florida because, you never can tell. A hurricane might come, or, you might have a lot more rainouts there. Well, why don't you come to Arizona where, at least here in Tucson, you are pretty much guaranteed that every year, at least over 300 and some days, it will be sunny. That's right. It is one of the sunniest places in the United States. And so it's a good time to think about coming to Arizona, maybe for some baseball experience, maybe just to get away from the cold and lay in the beautiful sun, and maybe, and I will certainly say it, maybe you ought to have a cowboy experience. One of the things we've developed at the White Stallion Ranch is the story of, hey, this is where you can experience your inner cowboy. And right now, it's interesting for me to see the number of families that make their way, and sometimes many of them will tell me that they make their way here every year. It's become a family tradition and custom. They come, they enjoy the weather, they enjoy the ability to be able to go swimming. But of course, the prime thing they do is they learn to engage the art of horseback riding. And it is an art, and it is an adventure. They have a little sign that says it all. It says, hey, tennis is a sport. Chess is a game, but horseback riding is an adventure. And of course, the definition of an adventure is you're never quite sure where it will go or how it will work. Oh, it's usually pretty safe, but it's an adventure. And one woman described it this way. She said it's one of the few kind of sports where the ball has a mind of its own. Yeah, you never quite know what the horse is up to or what it might be about. And so that's where I am this week, and I just wanted to take this Monday evening to remind you, as you're going through all of that cold, that I will have the opportunity to enjoy the sunshine. As I said, a number of different programs we produce, very much in the Western tradition. The popularity a couple years ago of Longmire, now with Yellowstone and the Bass Reeves special, 2383, the popularity of, and I think there's something about it. I think there's something about the cowboy image and icon that not only goes back for a number of us who are quite a bit older to the television and the movies that we saw, but there's something about the idea that maybe, just maybe, where in the Lonesome Dove, the guy says when he's dragging his friend back to bury him, and people say, "Why in the world? He's dead. He doesn't care. He won't know. Why are you dragging him back to bury him where he wanted?" And that wonderful words, "But I gave my word." And isn't it nice to know that there are still some people in the world who keep their word? And the idea that perhaps, there's something about this country, this tradition, this land, which is good, and patriotism runs are pretty strong in the cowboy frame of mind. Obviously, some traditional values, self-reliance, adversity comes, but you overcome it. There are bad guys, but thank goodness there are also good guys. And the legends of Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, some of the heroic characters and figures of the Western tradition, all of them are wonderfully retold and re-experienced and perhaps relived in some ways. Yes, a nostalgia for some things that are past, but also here in the West, there's oftentimes a way to get a hold or get a little bit of an experience of that, as we say, Western tradition might help save Western civilization. So, yeah, I even thought about that. I'm not sure, but my wife and I were making, at this age and stage, what are your plans? What do you want me to do with you when you're dead? And of course, it always would be, well, let's find a place to bury you. And now, of course, many people have decided that perhaps cremation is the acceptable way, and that it certainly is a cheaper way. And so I was thinking about that, because I really don't have a home anymore. We've lived in so many parts of the world, and our stay in North Carolina is obviously going to be brief in terms of lifespans, but I don't know where. And I just happened to think as I was watching the sunset last night here in Arizona, you know what? This is one of the places I really enjoy. I always feel a little bit inspired and inspirited when I come to White Stallion Ranch. And the beautiful, beautiful sky, and oftentimes the starry show. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just say to my family, spread my ashes on the White Stallion Ranch. I think that's what I might say. What do you say to that? I'm Stan Houston. Thank you for taking time for a little remembrances and maybe a little reminder that maybe this time you should do something a little bit different. Rather than going to the, quote, traditional resort where everything is about the same. By the way, at the White Stallion Ranch, it's a wonderful facility, wonderful rooms, and there is a Wi-Fi, but there's no television in the rooms. You're not supposed to watch television here. You can actually forget about the news here. You can actually enjoy taking a walk, taking a horseback ride, enjoying the adventure. And what will happen is you'll meet, and this always happens, you will meet new friends. So please, for me, look up, whitestallion.com, whitestallion.com. It'll introduce you to one of the nicer places on planet Earth, and perhaps to the True family. And Russell True is the ultimate storyteller, and he'll have a story for you and a wonderful experience for you. And We come back whenever we can, and we'd invite you to join us. I'm Stan Houston. Just some interesting ideas. We've got a lot more for this week, and I hope that you will join me. And like the 4 or 5 other people I'm talking to this week, they have decided that their business, their organization, their good cause would be better off in 24 if they would decide to learn the art of presenting an entertaining, an engaging, and perhaps a product and performance selling by using the fantastic fashion of old-fashioned but modern-day radio. And that's what we do, and we do it well. Reach out to me, stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. As we say, we help you reach your audience. And then we help bring your message to life and perhaps even give you a touch of immortality. All the best and blessings to you in these challenging times. Let's see if we can make things better, at least for you and me and those we care about in this very challenging year that is before us now. Best and blessings. Indeed, till next time, bye for now.